Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Dr. Durairaj Rajan, Business Administration Lecturer. I have started this YouTube channel with the objective of delivering lectures about business administration degree courses. Definitely, the lessons will have examples from industrial aspect so that students should understand the concepts of management as simple as possible. As part of this objective, I have taken Principles of Management subject as a first choice. From this subject, in today's lesson, I am going to talk about four basic concepts from management subject. What is business? What is the meaning of organization? What are the objectives of business? And what is the definition of management? Understanding about the meaning of business, organization, and objectives of business will help the students to easily understand the definition of management. An organization that produces or distribute goods or service for the purpose of profit is called as business. In this definition, there is a term coming, that is organization. What is it? Organization is nothing but any entity that fulfills three characteristics. That is, an entity must have a goal to be achieved. It must have people who are working together to achieve the goal, and it should have a structural relationship. They call it hierarchy among the people, group of people who are working together to define who is going to report to who is going to give instruction to who is going to control who. Any entity, that may be a hotel or school or hospital or bank or supermarket, anything that fulfills these three characteristics is called as organization. Next, we are going to learn what are the objectives of business. There are many objectives a business have. Among them, there are four essential objectives which we should know. Any employer will like to gain profit. Along with, he would like to maintain a good reputation and retain market share in the industry. Without minimum profit, no organization can be run. Even though it is a non-profit organization, a minimum level of profit is essentially needed to run the organization successfully. So, profit attainment, maintaining reputation, and retaining market share is the primary objective of any business. In order to achieve this objective, the employees who are working together in the organization must be satisfied, because satisfied employees only can give a productive contribution, committed contribution, and high level morale. So, second objective of business is employee satisfaction. Another objective of business is customer satisfaction. We all know customer is the principal point, pivotal point of any business. Without customer, there is no need of running the business. So, customer satisfaction is utmost important. There is a strong relationship between employee satisfaction and customer satisfaction. Unless employees are satisfied, definitely customers cannot be satisfied, because customer expectation, customer needs are fulfilled by employees. There is a saying that goes like this: employees comes first, customers comes next to the organization. Once the employees are satisfied, definitely they will satisfy the customers next. So, employee satisfaction and customer satisfaction are equally important. In order to run the organization, a business need the local support from the employee, from the population, local people in which the organization is located. Unless the business do not get the support from the local area, local community, it is not easy to run the organization successfully. So in order to get the support of local people, a business organization must fulfill some needs of the community. They can offer employment to the local people. They can contribute towards the growth of the local community. By fulfilling these needs, definitely they can get the support of local community. This function is called as social responsibility, which is the topmost concept in business in this present century to be fulfilled by any organization. So, social responsibility is the fourth objective of any business. So far we have seen what is business, what is organization, what are the objectives of business. Having learned these three concepts, now we are going to know the definition of management. There are various definitions defined by different experts, management gurus. Among them, one definition today we are going to see is very simple and easy one. Management is the process of achieving the organization goal by working with people and utilizing other resources efficiently and effectively. This definition may appear very simple and easy, but it has rich meaning. It has five components. It says management is a process. It talks about organization goal. It talks about working with people. That is, people means here employees. Utilizing other resources. Other resources here are meant by infrastructures, buildings, materials, information, money, etc. The last two terms included in this definition are efficiency and effectiveness. Before I am going to explain why it is called as process, I am going to explain you the two sort of resources indicated in this definition. Working with people. Here, people are human resources. Human resource is the primary resource which transform other non-living resources into the product or offering the service. But unlike non-living resources, human resource is composed of emotions. So it must be very careful to handle human resource. Once the human resource are fully satisfied, they will easily and completely transform the other resources into the product. And easily it is possible to achieve the organization goal. So we have human resource, other resources. Will this resource itself transform as a product or service? No. They should be transformed. In order to transform these two sort of resources, a manager must apply some managerial functions. There are four managerial functions which help to convert this, to transform these resources into the product. They are planning, organizing, directing, and controlling. A manager must plan what he is going to achieve, whether he is going to attain high profit, he is going to introduce new product, or he is going to enter into a new market area. Whatever it is, he must plan in advance. Besides that, he must also plan with regard to allocating the responsibilities to the human resource. Who is going to have what position? Who is going to have what responsibilities? Who is going to report to who? He must also plan in advance. After he has planned, the structural relationship should be created among the human resources. That is, who is going to report to who is going to control who is going to have more authority, what kind of authority is going to have by who is going to having what kind of responsibilities. So this creating this structural relationship is called as organizing. Yes, we have set plan, we have created structural relationship. What next? Next, the third function, directing, comes to play. This directing function consists of three elements: leadership, motivation, and communication. As I said earlier, human resource is composed of emotions. So, in order to manage this human resource and get productive work from them, a manager must be skilled in the areas of leadership, motivation, and communication. He must lead the employees without showing any discrimination in terms of community, religion, language, or any other factors, because an organization consists of employees of different background, different qualification, different community, different caste, different religion, different language. So, in order to get the productive work from all these people, a manager must be having a strong leadership skills, and he must also know various motivation techniques and which technique should be applied to which employee, because motivation is the primary technique that assists the employees to get productive contribution from them. And also, an employee must be communicated very often whenever he needs clarification, whenever he's stuck with doubt. So, a manager must keep on communicating to the employees whenever he is in need of. Yes, we have done planning, we have created a organization structure, we have talked about directing. With these three functions are enough to convert the resources into the product? No. It is very important in any organization to monitor the work, whether it is going as per the set procedure, as per the set guidelines, in order to achieve the goal. Unless the work which is ongoing is monitored and checked, the resources will be wasted, because unless the unless the work is monitored, it is not possible to identify the errors and rectify them. So, at frequent intervals, the ongoing work being done by employees must be monitored to check whether is there any deviation or not. If there is deviation, a manager must come forward to correct it by identifying what sort of training he needs, what sort of attitude change he needs, what sort of motivation he needs, what sort of emotional support he needs. He must identify and correct it. Then only the resources will be utilized fully without wastages. The goal of the organization can be achieved. Thus, the four management functions, planning, organizing, directing, and controlling, are interdependent. Without one function, another function cannot function. These four functions are interrelated. That is why management is called as process. My friends, there are other two terms in this definition: efficiency and effectiveness. What is the meaning of these two terms, efficiency and effectiveness? What are the role of these two terms in the definition in achieving the objective of the organization? How they differ from each other? My friends, I will meet you in the next session with the meaning of these two terms and also some other definitions. Thank you.